Greetings. Today I'm going to address why I don't edit my videos, why I don't have fancy thumbnails, and a few other things. So let's start with why I don't edit my videos. It's not necessarily that I don't want to. It's that, well, I pretty much don't know how to do it. I don't have any video editing software. I really don't understand the full concept of how to get it done. You know, I'm sorry, I'm an older guy. I know a lot about technology, but from my time period. You know, back in the 90s, I was right on top of it. We used to have computer shows locally at least 3 times a year. And I would go there and I would talk with these people. And I was always on top of the latest technology. Even into the mid 2000s, I was buying stuff that, okay, didn't all work out. It cost me a lot more money at the time. But I was on top of technology. And then life gets in the way, business gets in the way, travel gets in the way, and at a certain point, you know, you just can't keep up with all that stuff. And so I got to a point where I said, am I going to do videos? And if I'm going to do videos, am I going to edit them? And let's face the fact here, there are some that definitely could use a little bit of editing here and there. There are times when I can't remember the names of some of the people I want to talk about. I don't know the names of anyone new. And by new, I'm talking about within the last 15 years. I just don't know almost any of those names. I know Bruno Mars, if that works. I know Taylor Swift. So I know those 2 names. There it is. And, you know, I see the names of some of these new actors and actresses, whatever, and it just doesn't stick to me. I try to hear some of the music. Okay, I don't try, but sometimes I hear it. I don't remember any of the names. I don't remember the names of almost any rapper after 1995. That's a shame, but that's just, you know, how it is. So I could do with some editing on that point. I could do with some editing sometimes when I know I've mispronounced the word, but you know what? If I remember while I'm doing it, I will pronounce it correctly and I will move on. What you're seeing is what you get. I am a human being who makes mistakes. I'm not perfect at this. I do speak better when I do speaking engagements, which has been a while now. But in that instance, let's face the fact here. If someone's going to pay you $3,000 to $5,000 to give a presentation somewhere for up to 2 hours, you're going to rehearse that. You're going to put it together way in advance. You're going to do an outline. You're going to go wherever it is that you rehearse. For me, it's the living room where I kind of walk. I have 3 mirrors in there. I used to have 4, but I have 3 mirrors in there so that I practice looking around so that I don't sit there and just stare straight ahead. I do it without notes. I may have an outline to make sure that I do each point in order, and it's for the audience, not just me, but still, I might have an outline to keep things in the order that I want them to be, and I will rehearse for hours. I've rehearsed upwards of 10 hours. I don't memorize everything, but I memorize all the details, and then I remember the stories I want to relate to those details so that everyone knows what we're talking about. But, you know, if you're going to get paid that much, $3,000 to $5,000 per, you're going to do that. I'm not getting paid anything for YouTube. I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. I've had 4,000 watch hours in the past. I probably have it now because of one video that's doing really, really well. Shocked the heck out of me. I never expected it. But, you know, you still have to get those 1,000 subscribers. And, you know, it's slow going. So, editing, you know what? To me, I do a lot. You want to know how much I do? I've written over 6,000 articles. I just hit the 16th anniversary of one of my blogs. It's 16 years in February. My other blog will be, I think 14 years come December. I've written for a whole lot of people. I've written for magazines. I was just published in another magazine. So it's not like I'm sitting around doing nothing. I'm creating things all the time. And to sit down and now try to take time to edit a video, I just don't have it. And it doesn't matter whether I know how to do it or not, although I don't. I just don't have that kind of time. So now let's talk about thumbnails. And there are all these people who say that you need these fancy thumbnails to catch people's attention. And you know what? That may or may not necessarily be true. I know that if you are showing people a lot of visual types of things, great thumbnails work well. I don't know how to do any of that. And in this particular instance, I don't have that kind of creativity. Remember those 6,000 articles I told you that I've written? Okay, so I've written those 6,000 articles. I have written 2 books. I have edited 5 or 6 books. I have edited movie scripts for other people. I have done a lot. I have done a lot of writing excluding those articles. So I have got that kind of creativity. But when it comes to visuals, as a kid, I could only do basically 2 things. One, I would take a ruler and I would just draw lines wherever, and then I had all my colors and I would just color, trying to make sure that I didn't have colors that were the exact same touching each other. Because, you know, that was me. It was linear, kind of a numerical kind of thing, just patterns. That was me. And the other thing I had was my concept of a house with, a hill, a lawn with a few flowers, the fake stick tree, my V birds in the sky, and the sun, which was always in the corner with lights. I drew the exact same picture all the time because I hadn't lived in a house, and my mind just saw that that's what it was. And when my houses, every house I drew had one window in the middle, and then it had a door, one door in the middle. There was no porch. It was just this house. It was a 2-story house, obviously, if I had a window on the 2nd floor, but I had no windows on the 1st floor because I didn't know that's how that worked. It never occurred to me to put windows on the 1st floor. I would have had to make my house bigger. So I don't have that kind of creativity. What I have done is I have the types of thumbnails now where at least I tell what I'm going to do. And I change the colors of the box and I change the colors of the font. And you know what? That doesn't seem to necessarily generate more or less than in the past, except for the fact that now that I've added at least some kind of words to it, people can see what I'm putting out there. They know what the topic is going to be, because for the first, the first video I did, I think was 2009. So probably from 2009 to 2016, I just used one of those clips, you know, when you used to put up the videos and YouTube says, we got 3 pictures for you and you can pick any of these 3 pictures as your thumbnail. And I did that. And I didn't know how to do anything else. And then, of course, I realized, you know what, Mitchell, you got Publisher. You can at least take a picture of yourself and plop something in there. You've been using a picture of yourself anyway, and YouTube's got you and all these stupid expressions on your face. Those are some bad expressions. All the videos aren't bad. I mean, a lot of those videos are pretty good, but the expression on my face, oh, God. So, I thought it was more important for me to basically at least have a fresh picture of some kind and then have a box, which I can't change in any new form. It's just, it is what it is. Some people have said use Canva. I tried Canva. My mind just doesn't work that way. I am not that kind of visual. And oh, by the way, when I'm talking about the writing, I've also composed over 300 songs. I've got 50 or 60 of them that are copywritten. I actually finished in the top 600 of a songwriting contest back in the early 80s out of 30,000 entries. I'll take that. So it's not like I'm just not doing anything. It's just that I think that a lot of people have certain things that they focus on because that's what they're good at. And some of the other stuff, you know, I have seen some videos where folks will say, ship it out to someone at Fiverr. You never know what you're getting from Fiverr. And one of my friends who doesn't do YouTube anymore and doesn't even run his blog anymore, he actually paid someone from Fiverr to send him something, And what they sent him was a copyright image of something that they figured he wouldn't know. But the thing was, the image they sent him was in his hometown, and he knew the picture because he had seen it multiple times. So if he had put that up there, he could have got hit for a copyright violation. Something else to think about. If I get hit for a copyright violation and it's me, well then, that's going to be funny, and we're going to have an enjoyable conversation. And I'm lying. It ain't going to be so enjoyable. I'm going to come down hard. Because no one wants to be robbed, do they? Nah. So that's why I don't edit. That's why my thumbnails are more real. I wish I had the mindset to do the fancy stuff, but I just don't. I've got a whole lot of things going on, and it's my theory that it is more important for me to get out the message. Today we're talking about a YouTube thing, even though it may sound like it's about me, but it's more about YouTube. Do you necessarily need fancy thumbnails? They can't hurt. But I follow a few people who have 3,000 to 5,000 followers who don't use fancy thumbnails. I'm just saying, yes, the big boys are doing it, but I'm betting that they're not actually all sitting down doing all their own thumbnails. Not all of them. Maybe some of them are, but not all of them. So that's my thought on that. Just, I don't want anybody out there who's thinking about doing a YouTube channel and who's thinking about doing some videos, has something they want to say, not doing it because they don't know how to edit their videos and because they don't know how to do a thumbnail. Do your video. Do your topic. If you have Microsoft Publisher, find a way so that you can at least put some words down in there and go for it. Just do it. We can't all be Picasso. Go look that up if you don't know who that is. And with that said, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next time.